Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, Loving Your Life with Mama D. And of course I'm Glenda Davis, aka Mama D. And today is Glow Wednesday. So today is part 2 of relationships, healthy relationships. Your relationships that you have with everyone in your life can have an effect on your life. If you're interested in that content, come on, let's get started. I hope today you have your notebooks ready because you're going to want to take a few notes, okay? I'm going to today talk about relationships between parents and their children. Now, there's the younger children, there's the middle age adolescents, and then there's the teenagers, and then there's the adult the adult children relationship. So I'm going to break them down and we're going to start with the younger. Okay. And I have 4 sons. I raised also a grandson, and I now have 2 children that I have adopted. Okay. So I have quite a bit of experience with children, rearing children. I've also been very involved with the kids' school. When the kids were coming up, I was like PTA president. I also have a girls' organization called the Potter's House for Daughters. And I have just been involved with young people a lot, okay? And even in my own life, my childhood, I love my childhood. I had things I went through, just as mother-daughter and just being in a single parent home. But my neighborhood and all my childhood friends, I had a ball. I mean, my life was so rich. And if we were poor, I didn't know it. Okay. We had, the bikes, we made skateboards. We took those old metal like skates and we broke them apart and made our little, soapbox cars and all that. And we went up in the woods behind the house and we had our little, what we called our clubhouse. We rode bikes and sometimes we would call ourselves running away from home, and we would ride our bikes to the limit and then we get scared and turn around and come back. We played Foursquare, hopscotch, ball out in the street, all that fun stuff. We did it when we were young. But the thing about children now, you don't see them exercising their right to enjoy the world and their environment outside. So kids nowadays are usually on some kind of tablet or some kind of device. I'm not even going to talk about the teens quite yet. I'm going to stay with the smaller children first. So kids now, they play, little toddlers play. They love to interact with other kids. And most toddlers are in some kind of a daycare, or they're in with a babysitter somewhere, and it's usually other children around. So they do learn how to communicate with other small children early on, okay? And if you have a only child and you're a stay-home mom and taking care of that kid, just as a single child, and they have no other playmates, it may be a good idea to let the child interact with other kids so they will learn how to share and learn how to communicate with other kids and realize that life is not just you, your mom, and your dad, so it's very important. Okay, so bonding with a child actually starts from the womb. Okay, it is very important to nurture yourself and to even talk to your baby, play music and all that, even when the baby is in your womb. And when the child is born, and we start to develop habits because we want to hold the baby all the time. We want to rock the baby, and, because we love this child so much. And then the baby begins to get spoiled, and the baby wants to cry all the time, and you can't put the baby down in order to get some chores done, and then you become frustrated. Okay, so it's very important to get some parenting skills or some young mother skills. If it's your first rodeo, you really are going to need some help with how to maintain a child, because there's really no books that's going to tell you how to raise your baby, because every child is different, every mom is different, every home and environment is different. So the relationship that you start with your child starts from the cradle, and it is carried on through 1, 3, 6, 12 months, the first birthday, 2-year old, that toddler. They call them terrible twos. It doesn't have to be terrible, but they are mischievous, okay? And then as they grow up, before you know it, they're going off to kindergarten. And then they start picking up other habits and learning things from the school, from other kids. And they may come home and they're saying words that you didn't teach them, but they got it from school or from another kid. And you're like, oh, but it's all part of them growing up and stepping outside of the home, because at some point, mom and dad, you will not be able to be with that child 100% of the time. Okay. So then when the child begins to grow up a little bit, and they start kind of getting off on their own, wanting to do more, with their friends, and then it's, kind of that letting go. But it is imperative that you monitor and know who your kids are interacting with. I have seen some horrible things on TV where there have been children who have been molested by coaches, um, close friends, neighbors, people that you would not expect. Usually seem to be the ones, that people that you trust are the ones that seem to be the perpetrators. So it's imperative that you know your child enough to know the signs of abuse, bullying, when they're starting to change, their habits, and begin to not sleep the same, begin to talk different. Ooh. So you're going to want to be sure to formulate a relationship with your child, starting out very early, and let them know that they can trust you and they can talk to you about anything. And you know what happens when people, when they violate, they always tell the child, I'm going to kill your family, I'll kill you, I'll do this. They bully them in some way to put fear in them so that they won't tell. It's always this secret thing. And it's more of I don't understand how people can hurt children in this manner, but it's on a rise in America. It's bad. It's bad. So you really have to have a relationship with your child, that you can talk to them, and that you know the signs, even if they don't tell you, that you know the signs. You know how your child walks, and my girls want, especially the older one. I'm like, what's bothering you? Nothing. Mm-mm. Something's bothering you. Mm-mm. I'm fine. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Let's talk about it, And then sometimes they have to dig a little bit, but I know when something's wrong, her forehead changes, her whole countenance changes. She can't hide. She cannot hide her feelings. And I'm like, girl, I know. Come on now. This is Mama D you're talking to. So you have to get to that place with your kids that, they trust you and that you can communicate with them. It is also very important, when you talk to them, that you listen. You can gather a whole lot of information, everything that you really need, if you learn to really listen without interrupting them. They will talk and they will, tell you what you need to know. And then you just have to kind of decipher even how they communicated the information to you. So make sure that there's always an open line of communication. Remember always to listen, always to validate their feelings. If something's wrong, girls, I know something's wrong. Come on, let's talk about it. You're hurt. You're bothered. Someone has said something is going on, and let me help you with that. And if you have that kind of a relationship, it's going to be so much better as they get into their teenage stage. So I think next time we're going to talk about dealing with teenagers, because our teenage world is, oh my God, It is so different from how, you and I have grown up and communicated. They are living in a very serious time. And I might not even wait till next Wednesday to do the teen video, but there's so much to talk about and so much to deal with the teenagers. Okay, now let me just say a few things about the relationship with our younger children in health. Um, we have children nowadays who are getting a lot of junk food, a lot of processed food, and foods that actually cause ADHD, overweight, um, eczema, and we have to be so careful what we're giving them, and how a healthier diet will help them to be motivated and to go further in life. Okay, um, if they're obese as a child, what do you think it's going to be when they get a little older? And I know a lot of times we say, oh well, they'll grow out of it. Maybe they will and maybe they won't. So if you're making sure that your child has a healthy diet, that they're eating a properly good, nutritious food, and you feel that that they're doing good, because they're going to eat different when they're not in your presence. Make sure that they're getting to the doctor, they're getting their annual checkups, and that you are monitoring their growth. And you're the one who's with the child most of the time, so when you get to your doctor's appointment, you can tell the doctor how things have been going, how things are looking or not looking. Now, how does all this pertain to your health? Well, when you have a healthy relationship with your children, you are going to be less stressed. Okay, you want to have less stress as possible. You want to keep the tension down, the scurrying back and forth, the going to work or going to school, and then managing the kids' school, and the laundry and the cooking and the cleaning, and their problems, and going to the school, and it's all their sports and things like that they start to get into. It is a lot. So you have to manage it. You have to manage the kids' time and your time. Don't overwhelm yourself, but make sure you take some time for you. When the kids are at school, and say you're at work, is there a time in there somewhere where you can get some time for yourself? Is there time somewhere where you can just take the kids to Chick-fil-A or whatever, and just let them have a good time, or take them to the park and let them run off some of that energy? Are you making time for those things? Okay. Wow. It's so much. It is just so much to this topic. But anyway, I'm not going to make this a long video. I'm going to go ahead and cut it short here. Listen, it's your life. You love it. Make the best of it. And I hope to see you on the next video. Now, if you haven't already done so, I hope that you subscribe, ring the notification bell, leave me a comment, and tell me about maybe some of the situations you've had with rearing your young children. Okay? Listen, have a great day. Have a wonderful, blessed day, and I'll see you next time. Okay? Bye-bye.